Hey guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to the vlog. It's a beautiful day here in Houston, Texas, and I am finally back. I was gone for a minute, well, a little longer than a minute, but I'm finally back. We are gonna continue vlogging. The real estate market has really picked up. We've acquired quite a bit of real estate since I last left you guys, and we've disposed, meaning we've sold quite a bit of real estate as well. I'm gonna be updating you guys on all of that and much more. Let's get in the car so that we're not in the middle of a construction zone and I can talk to you guys a little bit better. Like I said earlier, I know I've been gone for a little while. The move is now almost complete, which means things are now kind of getting back to normal. The real estate market has also picked up quite a bit, and I am moving quite a lot as far as development, as far as acquisitions, and as far as selling a lot of my real estate. And I'm gonna cover all of that on the channel, of course, moving forward, which is why I decided to get back into vlogging to begin with. We're on the way to my old office because I have a bunch of mail. They just called me and they said that I need to pick up my mail because it is getting overwhelming for them. My new office, unfortunately, is not ready yet. I haven't decided what I want to do with my new office just yet. I am working on that, so you guys are gonna get to see my new office, hopefully, on the vlog as I journal the entire journey. Now, the purpose of me coming back and showing you guys what is going on with me is truly because the most fame I think I got was my $1 to $16 million ground up office warehouse development. Now, that was a part one. I do have some updates on that development, but I am going to be doing more developments and I want to cover them because I've been getting a lot of questions around my office warehouse development. So I want to journal this journey. I want to show you guys how I made my money in the office warehouse space and how you guys can make money as well, because a lot, like I said, a lot of you have ended up reaching out to me about this office warehouse business park business model. Now, for those of you who can do it, that's amazing. For those of you who just want to sit on the sidelines and watch me as I do it and get entertained, that's all right as well. We are gonna quickly wash the car and then we're gonna be heading to the office. A few quick updates because I know I'm gonna get asked this a bunch of times. What is the stock portfolio looking like? The stock portfolio is actually stagnant, so it hasn't moved much since my last update. Am I gonna continue to update you guys on my stock portfolio? I will try to do updates. They will not be daily updates like they were. However, I will try to update you guys on my stock portfolio. And primarily, I am gonna be talking about real estate on the channel. So most of you, if not all of you, have asked me questions about real estate and how I made my money in real estate. So I'm gonna be discussing all of that. I wanna journal my journey moving forward so that I give you guys an idea, and also I can always look back and see where I started and how I began and where I ended up. Now, obviously, I'm not starting because I've done this a few times, but this is a fresh start for me here on the channel, and I have a few projects that I am starting ground up. So this is sort of a fresh start for me, and it allows me to journal everything and show you guys the progress that I have made. Also, the name of my new fund moving forward is going to be called Hamza Invests, and that's of course based off of my social media handle, my Instagram handle, my TikTok handle, and of course my other handles on social media. So the name of my fund is going to be called Hamza Invest. We're going to do things a little differently in the fund and in the channel. We're going to gamify the fund experience a little bit. We're going to make it a little less corporate, a little more fun for people to be able to understand exactly how funds operate. For you guys to be able to understand how funds operate and the level of complexity in each fund. Now, of course, on the front end, these things look very complicated, but I'm here to tell you guys that I'm going to simplify the entire process so that anyone can get started in creating a real estate fund and be able to operate it correctly. This is the most important thing. Correctly is very important, guys, because the last thing you want to do is get involved with the SEC and not operate your funds correctly. So I'm here to show you guys that it can be done. It is simpler than what most people think. And we're here at my local car wash. I know some of you are gonna hate me for this, but I do wash my car in a drive-through car wash. And actually, one of the criteria that I have for buying a vehicle is that it does need to go through a drive-through car wash, and if it doesn't, then I cannot drive it. There you go. I'm getting direction. All right, and I believe I am in. Okay, we are good. Now this car does scrape a little bit on the bottom left, which is where that railing is, but you know what, all in all, it is a good experience. I've been washing the car for a little bit here, and I haven't had too much scraping in the bottom of my vehicle. A little bit is fine, too much is an issue. Alright, let's get started. So I just met one of my friends at the car wash. It's pretty cool, you know, because the neighborhood that I live in, I have a lot of friends here. And I run into them from time to time, which is a pleasant surprise for me. So car is washed, we're clean. We're heading to my old office. I'm gonna take you guys. My old office is actually in the city, in the Galleria area here in Houston, Texas. I no longer office out of there, but that used to be my old office. I'm kind of excited to go back. It brings back memories for sure, and a lot of positive ones too, because I did a lot of big business in that old office. While we're driving to the old office, let me give you guys a few more updates. So I do have a lot of unfinished business that I need to finish as far as selling a few of my apartment communities. So I ended up selling about 1,100 apartments already from the portfolio. I'm left with roughly around 400. Well, it's a little less than 400 apartments, and this is spread over like 5 apartment communities right now. And most of them are actually going under contract or are already under contract. So that's unfinished business that I have. I also launched a new fund, which I completely funded through social media, which is crazy to me. I raised $2.4 million in a matter of 24 hours from investors using social media, which was amazing. It was a really good opportunity, and we bought a piece of land. Now that land I am not developing, I am actually selling. I'm also working on about 4 other tracts which I'm looking to acquire to build more office warehouse business parks on. So that's something that I'm also working on, and I'm going to continue to work on, just because the margins right now in the office warehouse space are crazy. And the reason for that is we have a lot of institutional equity moving into the office warehouse space. So that's something that I want to take advantage of. I think the next 10 years are going to be a game changer. If anything, I do see industrial or light industrial being the number 2 asset, probably right after multifamily, if not side by side with multifamily. So if investors were asked, and this has been asked multiple times in the past, where they would invest their money in real estate, the number 1 asset class is multifamily. The number 2 has now become industrial instead of retail. So people are starting to shy away from retail. The light industrial office warehouse space is coming into limelight right now, and is also taking away business from retail businesses, because people are now preferring to have a showroom, for example, in the warehouse, and have an office where they can conduct their business. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about as far as office warehouses, just look at some of my previous videos. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about and what office warehouses actually mean. It's very important that you understand the concept in order to see or envision where this space is going to be in the next 10 years. I've also been fairly absent with the guy who scammed me out of $835,000. I don't know if I've ever talked about this on the channel or no. I like to keep things positive, but that's something that I am going to start pursuing now, because, you know, I do have a little bit more time, a little bit more energy, and I feel like my brain is in a better space to pursue this guy who scammed me. His name is Azhar Chaudhry. He's a Sugarland attorney, and he ended up scamming me for $835,000, and I am going to get back at him for that. Of course, I haven't really done anything about the lawsuit, but I plan on pursuing it now a little more aggressively than I was in the past. And, you know, since my family's now moved in, things are kind of more settled for me. I have more time to now go out of the way and kind of focus on the lawsuit and my business at the same time. So of course, I will be having meetings with my attorney, and I will be showing you guys all the progress that I make on the vlog. If that's something that you guys want to see, put it in the comments below. And if you think it's something that may not interest you, if you don't want to be included in that part of my life, put it in the comments below. And based on what you guys tell me, I will post content on that subject. Now, of course, I don't know if you know this, but I also change my cars every couple of years, and it's been a couple of years now since my garage has not gotten updated, which means you guys are also going to get to see a garage update. If you guys want to see a garage tour, let me know. Put that in the comments. I'll give you guys a garage tour of my existing car collection, and I will also give you guys a tour once I buy any new vehicle, which I suspect is going to be fairly soon. And I'm sure most of you should know which vehicle is coming next to the channel. It's not going to be my daily driver, because my AMG GT I just love too much right now to let go of, but it is going to be one of my side vehicles. Driving around in Houston, what I've noticed over the past year or two is that it has become an exotic car hub. It almost reminds me of my days back in Dubai. Well, you're not gonna get to see the Chiron or the Veyron every now and then, but Houston is growing massively. It could be all the California money that's moving in. It could be all the Texas money that has been made over the past couple of years, but a lot of exotic cars, a lot of supercars, a lot of hyper cars as well. I'm gonna try to cover as much of that as I can on the channel because of course I am also a car guy, and I think that would make for some really cool content. We're almost at the old office, and I can tell you guys I miss this place a lot. Just driving down this road takes me down memory lane. Lots of positive memories, lots of friendships created, lots of relationships built in this area. So I'm really glad to be here once again. I don't know if I'm ever gonna come back because all my mail has now been forwarded to my new location, but if I ever do, I'll bring you guys along with me. Just parked, and I realized one thing I don't miss about the city, specifically this part of the city, is the potholes and the uneven roads. Man, my car, which is already stiff, you know, the AMG GTS is an extremely stiff ride, does not do well in these type of city conditions. So the burbs out where I live right now, it seems to be a much happier car, and I seem to be more happy. Very bumpy, lots of potholes. Hey Mayor, if you're listening to this, or if you watch this for whatever reason, fix the potholes, man. We're walking to the office. We're in the reception. Good times, all good memories. Only this time, the difference is I'm not actually wearing a suit anymore. All right, we got the elevator and we are going up. Man, I really truly do miss this place. This place was so much fun. Like I said, and I've already said like 2 or 3 times, but amazing place to be. Really had a great time while I was here. Made some really good friends. So I'm here at my old office, and look at this view, guys. Look at this spectacular view. I don't know if you guys can see it because of the sun, but let me see if I can show you guys outside. That is the beautiful city of Houston, and this is my beautiful, gorgeous ex-office. And you know what? I feel like I should come back and I should office out of here. I think it would be very productive. It's a little far away from home, and so I don't know if I'm gonna drive all the way here, but it's buzzing. This, just a few months ago, was quiet. Of course, we all know why. I can't mention it on YouTube because I'll get demonetized, but it was fairly quiet. Now things are looking good. There's life, there's movement, which is exciting, which is new, and this is something that I am seeing in my business as well, in real estate as well. So really exciting times. Things are looking good. Okay, I'm just gonna grab my mail real quick. So I just picked up all my mail, and the best part is I actually got 2 checks. So I have about $3,000 that I received in the mail. So I just received $3,000, which is a good thing. Always happy to come back and check mail and actually receive money. So that's a good thing. And the ladies were kind enough to let me actually check all my mail right there on the counter. So that's something that I'm glad for. Okay, so now that we're done with this, let's go tour a property of mine that I call my bad luck property. And this property has just been bad luck, one thing after the other. And the reason I want to show you guys this is so that you guys understand that real estate investing could be fun and could also not be fun as well. Now, out of all the properties that I could show you, I bet you guys are wondering, Hamza, why are you showing us your bad luck property? This property has been a horrible ownership experience for me, and I want you guys to see that sometimes, even though your intentions are good, you buy the right area, you buy the right location, you do everything correctly, things just happen that are out of your control. And I want to show you guys that so you guys get a little bit of exposure towards what being a real estate investor is like. And of course, for you OGs who've been on the channel for a while, you guys already know which property I'm taking you to. But for those of you who don't, stay tuned. We're gonna drive and we're gonna get there fairly soon. And we're here at the apartment community. I'm just gonna turn in real quick. And this is the apartment community that I'm talking about. I already have people who are outside. And this is it, guys. This apartment community has been really bad luck for me. And let me tell you guys, starting out, what's going on. So I don't know if you guys can see that hole over there. I don't think you can. It's patched up now. But we had a sewer backup in that entire building, and the building extends all the way out till the end, and that cost me around $75,000 to fix. $75,000 I had to spend to fix this sewer line. They had to dig under the building, so all this was dug up and it was all dirt. Well, it's all patched now, but at the time it was all dirt and it was just nasty, and it was all sewer, and you know, we had to move the tenants out, we had to put them in another building, we had to do so much stuff in order to get this thing resolved. Now, of course, I wanted to do it correctly. You know, if I wanted to just half-ass it, I could have probably gotten away with a $10,000 bill, but I did want to do it correctly because this property, as it sits currently, is under contract for sale, and they are going to be closing fairly quickly. So I don't know if the property is going to sell by the time this video is out or not, but this property is currently under contract for sale. So the first thing I had was, of course, that sewer issue. The second thing I had is I had somebody on drugs. I don't know if you guys can see that door over there, set fire to that apartment by mistake. Well, not by mistake, he was OD'd on something, so not by mistake, just by, I guess, nature of him being unconscious, and that was a really sad story for me. So these homes here, by the way, right behind the apartment community, some of these homes are like multi-million-dollar homes. That's how much this apartment community has grown and this area has grown. This is the back side of the apartment community. I'm just quickly gonna go to the other side to show you guys what is going on over there as well. So not only did I have the sewer issue, the massive sewer backup, I also had the one unit catch fire, which cost me a lot of money. Now this is a chiller property, which means there is one large AC unit for the entire community. The chiller did go bad quite a while ago. I made a video on that, a separate video on that a long time ago, but since I replaced it, it went bad again, and I had to kind of do the work all over again. So that cost me, I would say, around $150,000. And then right next to the chiller, so this is the chiller system over here, right next to this chiller system is the boiler, and these things kind of work together. I don't understand what the mechanics of it is, but the boiler is required for the chiller to function, and the chiller is required for the boiler to function, and the boiler provides hot water to the community. That also did go bad. I want to say that was like a $35,000 bill. I could be wrong, but all in all, quite a lot of bills that I had to take care of. Now, other than that, we had ducting issue, we had termites, we had just one thing after the other. Oh, so we actually did have something super crazy happen in this apartment community as well that I completely forgot about telling you guys. I had a drunk driver who ended up going into one of these units back here. It was crazy. I don't even know how he got there because the road is quite far, as you guys can see. That is the road. Hold on, let the camera adjust for a second. So as you guys can see, that is the road over there, and that is the apartment community over there. So there is quite a significant distance between them, but this drunk driver, for whatever reason, decided that he was gonna knock one of the units out. That was a really bad situation. I ended up paying for the tenant's relocation and new furniture and new clothing, and that was, of course, just because I couldn't leave them stranded. Obviously, you know, this type of tenants, not all of them have savings accounts, and if they do, they're not fairly significant. This tenant that the drunk driver drove into had little children, and of course, so I decided that, you know what, I need to help them out and kind of, you know, relocate them really quickly, which is kind of what I did, and I'm really glad that I did do that. I believe in karma. I think, you know, you do good things for people, it comes back tenfold. And that's something that I practice in my business and in all my practices as well. Look at this really cool, weird Jeep right next to me. That's pretty cool, whatever it is. So that is my unlucky real estate investment. I've probably spent around $500,000 of my own money just keeping this project up and running. Cash flow is almost next to nothing because every time I get money, it has to go into some of these expenses, some of these repairs, some of these maintenance bills, which is partially why I'm kind of tired of multifamily, especially the stuff that I was investing in, like the value add stuff where you go in and you do all this value add work and you try to capture a lot of upside. For me, I feel like ground up development is just way cleaner, it's more systemized, and best part of all, it is completely automated. So that's something that I like. When things are automated means means less things can go wrong, and there's processes in place for every type of failure. So that's something that's very important to me moving forward. And of course, I end up making way more money in way less time on my development. So that's something that I'm going to pursue, and I'm going to show you guys how to make that money. And so yeah guys, I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm back. I have a lot of unfinished business, like I mentioned all over this video. I'm gonna try to capture as much of my life as I can for you guys and show you guys how I make the big bucks. It is relatively easy. It's a lot of work, yes, but it is relatively easy, and I want to show you guys how it's done so that one day I can look back at these videos and see how I did it. Also, so that I can answer all your questions through these videos, and you guys can see success through my journey and hopefully either replicate it or get motivated by it and find your own success. That is my goal on the channel. That is why I started this channel, and that is why I will keep going. I'm back, baby, and I'll see you guys next video.